What's good,
I've
bro?
been,
How you doing?
I was literally watching your lives for like so long, and I was like, bro, I swear one day I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there, and now it's finally here. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, let me relax. I was really nervous. I was like, God, like, I hope I don't say nothing.
Oh, you cut out. You cutting
My fault,
out.
my fault, my fault, my fault.
Yeah, you said you hope you don't say
Something
nothing. What?
stupid. So I was like, dang, like, it is what it is. But man, I'm so happy to be a part of this, bro. I've been following you for so long. Like, I promise you, like, if it wasn't for you breaking into tech, like, I would not be here, bro. I promise you.
Oh, crap. This is me trying to move stuff around, messing stuff up. Nah, bro. I mean, shoot. I mean, bro. I mean, not only did you put in the work, you put in double the work because I'm not gonna tell everybody your full story right now, but nah, bro, you've been working. I went through our DMs today, and I was like, I didn't realize how much we
Tell
had been
you, I
messaging
was
each other for like
following you for
a
so
minute.
long. Like, I've literally been 2021 because I just saw the post that you were just like, oh, yeah, I broke into tech. I'm an engineer. And I was like, man, that's what I want to do. But I just didn't know how to get there. So I was like, all right, well, let me figure this out. So, yeah, this is a segue into my story, by the way. Um,
Oh, bro, so real quick, right before you jump in, I do think you should probably take the AirPod out because I think that's why you keep going in and out.
yeah, can you hear
Yeah,
me
if
now?
you like
Is that better?
disconnect that,
Yeah.
definitely
Um,
appreciate it, bro.
Man, where do I want to start? Where should I start? Yeah, so my background is similar to yours. I was doing Uber. I was doing Uber Eats like all day, every day, Instacart, DoorDash. Then my car gave out on me, so I had to figure out something. Car gave out on me, I
Dang.
had to figure out.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's
So
the worst thing to
bro, it
happen
was
when
so
you're doing
embarrassing.
that.
I was at a red light, and I think this is God trying to get me because I was being spiteful because some girl just passed by me super fast, and I was trying to catch up with her, just trying to like cut her off. And then that's when God was like, "No, car shut off." And then I was at the red light, and I was like, "Crap, the car just shut down on me." So now I had to turn left because I can't just stay there. I turned left. I had this guy was running, and I was like, "Bro, can you help me push my car?" Like I'm out in the middle of the street, and then he was like, "Yeah, sure. Like let's hurry this up." So I pushed the car in there, and yeah, that's how this is the beginning. So I do that, and then I see you talk about engineering. And I'm like, bro, like I want to get there, but I just don't know how. So later on in the year, get a new car, but you know things still aren't things still aren't cool. Like I live in Sandy Springs. I live in Georgia, Sandy Springs. If you know about Sandy Springs, y'all, Sandy Springs is expensive. I don't care, like,
It's
but it is
a nice
expensive.
it's a
So
nice area.
I remember I was like telling my wife at the time she was still working, but she just, it was too much. It was too much mentally for her. So, like, what kind of man do I look like being like, oh, babe, like, keep on doing your thing? Like, hey, your mental is in trouble, but keep doing your thing.
A 50-50.
So, so then she was like, you know what, like, I'm driving one day, and she was like, yeah, babe, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I had to quit. Like, it was just too much on me. And I was like, you know what, babe, it's all good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get another job. I'm gonna work overtime at work. Like it is what it is. I literally would do whatever. So she's doing that. She's taking like a sabbatical for her, for her mental health. And I was like, hey, I completely get it. I'm doing Home Depot and I'm working Walmart. So I'm working Home Depot during the day, Walmart at night.
Dang.
So as I'm doing this, this is like 2 to 3 months in. I'm hustling because I'm just like, you know what? I got to do it. Like I told her, like, I got to be a man of my word. I told her I was going to handle it. So I have to do this from now on.
Yo, that's a husband right there. Yo, I need some sound effects and
Yeah,
stuff during these lives. That's a husband right there, bro. Bro, mad
appreciate it.
respect to
So
that man.
I'm
He's
doing
putting
that.
that work
And
in.
then I see you posting about being in tech. And I was like, all right, like, let me see what he was actually doing. So disclaimer, I'm a firm believer in figure it out yourself, do it for free before you pay somebody else. I'm a firm believer. I was trying to figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. So as I'm looking, I see I see you do the Careerist Bootcamp, and I was like, you were advertising it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, it's probably not that much. I look on there, I was like, 3 to 4 bands. I was like, man, that's an '05 Accord or something. I was like, oh, like, I was like, well, we're gonna have to rethink this. So I came across Course Careers, and I was like, okay, well, let me like figure out, let me read some more about it. So I'm reading some more about it, and I brought it to my wife's attention, and I was like, babe, look, like, no. Before that, I was gonna do Careerist. I was gonna do the QA engineering, but I heard about the reviews, and you were just like, like it's a bit sketch at the time. And I was like, so I was like, all right.
Hold on real quick. I want to make sure everybody's good. Somebody said the connection is bad. For me, the connection's good. I'm hearing you clear, and everything seems fine. What is it like for everybody else? Let us know if the connection's good for y'all, or yeah. I mean, again, oh damn, that sucks. Yeah, that's bad. I mean, it seems completely clear and fine to me. Yeah. It might be. Yeah. I think it might be some of y'all. It might be like y'all's Wi-Fi or lack of Wi-Fi or whatever it is. But anyway, bro. Yeah. So go ahead. See.
But okay. Yeah. So I was gonna do Careerist. They had like an ISA plan, so I was like, all right, like I'll just go ahead and do the monthly payments on those, like whatever. I was in no predicament to do it, but I was like, hey, like I know the payoff is gonna be worth it at the end. So as I'm debating, I'm just like, nah, like I'm be honest, bro, I don't have funds right now. I was like, let's figure out something else. So I came across Course Careers, and I brought it to my wife's attention, and I was like, look, babe, like look, I know money ain't where it's supposed to be at, but look, like I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Oh snap! Is my cousin in here? Oh my god, my cousin is in here, y'all. What's up? So I do Course Careers, and then I brought to her attention. I was like, babe, I think we should do it. She was like, well, Reg, if you think that you should do it, like if you think this is gonna, work out for you, then you have my full support. Like we like sitting on the couch, we just look, this is something that we gotta do. So
yeah,
I do it. I purchased it later on that night because that was like the beauty of working like overnight, because you can see when your money deposits, so like you can like hurry up and transfer money before like all the subscriptions.
Yeah, before
cool
other stuff hits the account.
So I did that, and then after I prayed, I was like, God, like if this is it, like you just let me know like what's about to happen. So I start Course Careers in July, still hustling. I made a goal. This is why you gotta listen to God, folks. This is exactly why, because it's never on our timing. This is exactly why. So I do Course Careers. I made a plan. I'm about to be out by September. It didn't happen. I got out in October, but I'm doing that. I'm studying.
So meaning when you say you got out, you mean that because Course Careers, for those of y'all that don't know, it's a self-paced program. So you're saying that
I finished the program in September. I was trying to get a job. I was trying to hurry up and
get a job.
Get out by September, because I was trying to get out before Christmas. Like to everybody who works at Walmart, and I'm pretty sure I have some people in here who do. Like the overnight shift, you got to stock up, put up all these displays for Christmas and back to school, Halloween, and it's a lot going on. Like there's like so many pallets that you got to go through, and they expect it at like a good rate. So I was like, no, I can't keep doing this, y'all. Like I can't. Like I'm sleeping on the desk, getting like an hour nap, like that's it, and then I'm coming home around like 6-7 a.m. sleeping for 2 to 3 hours, then it's back to the next job. I'm just like God, like I felt my body starting to break down. So I was like I can't do this no more. So I'm doing Course Careers. I got a break. We California, visited my brother-in-law for California, so we were just out there having a good time for rest and relaxation. I'm doing Course Careers. I took the exam, so I was nervous on like what the exam was, because for people who do Course Careers, once you got to pass the exam before they give you all the connects. So I'm like, God, like please help me pass the exam, and I passed the exam, and they gave me like by the way, I finished Course Careers in a month. Yeah, I finished Course careers in a month. So, you know, I finish in a month, and then I get all these jobs. I won't say all these jobs. They had like 2 to 3 job, connections that you could just go ahead and apply through. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm doing that. I think what you said, you like, getting the job is bro, that.
Yeah, I want to reiterate that for those who didn't hear, because what he just said, that last part is the only part that just cut out for me, and I want to make sure everybody heard that. But he said getting the job is a part of the job, and that's the truth. I saw a comment where somebody said, "Are companies really
Yes.
hiring people for course careers?" So I'm assuming, yeah, I'm assuming, and I don't say this to sound condescending, but I'm assuming that the person that asked that question hasn't really been, either you haven't followed me for long or you haven't watched a lot of my lives. I think the majority of interviews I've done have been from people who've done course careers. Like when I do the testimonials, I think the majority are from people that have done course careers. So yeah. I mean, I've paid for several people to do course careers personally. So they said I'm breaking up now. There's not anything I could do. My Wi-Fi is on. Everything seems good on my end. But that being said, I'll just talk through this, and hopefully after this live, when it gets uploaded to Instagram, hopefully it's a bit more clear for everybody. Yeah, so the person that said that you're debating doing it, so I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick. My bad, but let me interrupt our conversation. Let me sidestep. I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick. One thing I'm not in the business of is trying to like tell anybody to get in tech or tell anybody to do a boot camp. I talk about it a lot. I make it look cute. I make it look sexy. But deep down, all I care about is really giving a lot of exposure to it and letting y'all know the opportunity that's there. I'm not here to tell anybody to do it, because maybe God wants you to do something else. I don't know. Now I am a firm believer. Specifically talking to men. I am a firm believer that as a man, you shouldn't be sitting around trying to think and trying to figure out if you should do this thing if what you're doing is not bringing in a significant amount of money. Yeah. So my bad, I got distracted by the comment. So I'm a firm believer of that. Nevertheless, I'm not here. So I want to be very clear for the person asking or saying that they're on the fence whether or not they should do it. Yo, pray about it. Watch some of my FAQs, maybe some of the other testimonials, things like that. But at the end of the day, it's not on me or my guests to say, yeah, no, go ahead and do it. And sorry, let me also be super, super, super clear. I meant to say this at the beginning of my live, because I always try to say this at the beginning of all my lives. 9 times out of 10, if there's a boot camp that I'm mentioning, that I'm recommending, I get some type of kickback whenever people do the program. I want to be very 100 about that. And so now there are a lot of boot camps out there. Every boot camp, there are so many boot camps that hit me up. They want me to recommend them to people, and all of those boot camps offer me a kickback, like all of them do. Some of the boot camps offer me so much money, it's crazy. If I told y'all, you wouldn't believe it. But I still say no, either because the boot camp is like way too expensive, or 2, I don't really trust like their success rate or their practices, or there's certain things they do that aren't necessarily wrong, but I'm just like, yeah, no, I can't like attach my name to that. So I want to be very clear that yeah, even though any boot camp I recommend, whatever, 1, I help people get discounts. 2, the boot camp is going to give me some type of they're going to give me some type of kickback. I also am not here to tell anybody you need to get in tech or you need to do a boot camp. Really just here to give free resources. Some of y'all, whether if you have a technical degree or depending on your background and skill set, you might have transferable skills to where maybe you don't need a boot camp. Boot camp has been beneficial for the vast majority of people, even people that have a technical degree, but everybody doesn't need a boot camp. I'm just really here just giving y'all resources, advice, information, all that good stuff. If there's any boot camps that y'all know about that I haven't mentioned, I just see somebody mention a boot camp, DM it to me. DM me those boot camps. Myself and my team will check them out. We'll look at them top to bottom. Speaking of, this is the last thing I'll say about this. the way that I found out about Course Careers, there actually was another tech sales boot
Mm-hmm.
camp
I
that I used to
remember.
tell
I
people
signed up for
about.
them.
Yes, and even though they seem pretty good, and remember y'all what I mentioned about the kickback, they were giving me a kickback way bigger than any boot camp that I've ever recommended. They've given me a larger kickback that if y'all go to the link in my bio, you'll see 3 boot camps there. The kickback they gave me was larger than all 3 of those boot camps put together. So that's Course Careers, Careerist, and Boy Clueless's program. I dropped that boot camp because a couple of reasons. One, they were more, basically people told me about Course Careers. At first, I didn't believe there was a tech sales boot camp that was that affordable. I was like, no way. I was like, no way. And I looked it up, did a lot of research, and I was like, oh no, this program is solid. And so even though out of all the boot camps that I recommend, Course Careers actually gives me the lowest kickback. I get the least amount from Course Careers. Nevertheless, because I know it is the most affordable and because I know it's like solid and legit, I'm gonna push it and tell people about it, like straight up. And so saying all that to say that please like DM myself and my team. Don't put it in the comments because I'm not gonna see it. And the second reason why I don't want y'all to put it in the comments is there's 3 reasons why I don't like y'all putting boot camps in the comments. One is because I'm not going to be able to see it or memorize it. The second reason is because when you put it there in the comments, there are a lot of people here that don't really know anything about tech or tech boot camps and stuff, and they'll just see the name and they'll look it up and then they'll do a boot camp. And if I or they aren't confirmed to know if it's a solid boot camp, you can accidentally steer them in the wrong direction. There's a third reason why I don't want you to list it either, but I actually forgot why. So, but anyway, yes, I read my DMs. Yeah, I read my DMs. I read my DMs, and I have one virtual assistant that goes through my DMs all throughout the day and stuff. And she has a list of all the answers to all the questions. So if y'all ever ask me a question in the DMs and I respond and my answer seems very like just kind of to the point and cold, it's most likely not me. It's probably just like an answer from my virtual assistant. Yeah, but anyway, that's basically it. Yeah, read the pinned comment. Yeah, that's it. That's it. If it was any other price, I would say it. It's only $4.49 with my discount. He could tell y'all, like,
Yeah,
I'm
that made
assuming
that
you
thing
use the
cheap,
discount,
bro.
right?
I'm not even gonna lie. I needed everything I could get. I was like, bro, let's go. Like $4.49.
Yeah, so so that's it. It's only $4.49. That's it. No other. And again, going back to the boot camp that I dropped, that was paying me a lot of money. Like they were offering me a lot of money. They were.
I remember.
I forgot the name of it
Am I allowed
too.
to say it or?
Now I don't want to say it because I don't want to like throw no shade or any negative press on them. But that boot camp in particular, they I dropped them because they were what's called an income shared agreement boot camp, where basically what you pay, like you don't pay anything, but you owe them money for the next 2 to 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anyway, let me get off of that. Let's get back to your story, bro. That sideline was way too long. We're gonna get to all the questions. I'm gonna let him finish his questions and stuff, or finish his story, and then we'll get to the questions. So y'all, literally, we're gonna spend about 5 to 7 minutes longer on his story because his story will answer a lot of y'all's questions, and then we'll just get to answering your questions.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rich. Go ahead, bro.
But
yeah. So you had mentioned how you had finished in September or October.
I finished in September. Got the gig in October. I was hustling every day, applying like super duper crazy. Like that's literally the job. Like I think of getting into the tech world is like the NBA. Like once you get drafted, now the real work begins because nobody's gonna look at you and be like, "Oh yeah, I got the certification, y'all. Come, come holla at your boy." But like, no, like you have to. Like this is. I think one thing I want to take away from this, like you gotta want it for yourself. Like you have to want to change.
Yeah.
everything for yourself. Like you have to change your circle. Nobody's coming to save you. Like even like God doesn't like lazy people. I'm just being honest. Like he doesn't. Like we can pray all
He
like
doesn't.
and this is a message to myself. So it's just like, hey, like once he gives you something, you actually have to go out there and work. He doesn't reward laziness. So I get the gig in October. SDR, base salary was 50K. OCE at that time was around 70,000. So that was pretty cool. I was still at work as well. So overall, the base salary was around like 65,000 plus what they were paying me OTE. So I was around like 85K.
And what was
Yeah.
the role as an
BDR,
SDR or
actually, yeah,
BDR?
BDR, because I forget those are two. Like, I don't want to say they're major different, but they are different. So yeah, BDR role. I was in that role for 5 months. Then I came across another role where I'm at right now called I'm not gonna give y'all a name, but
Yeah.
but
Don't do
I came across
that.
they were offering an extra 5,000, so I was like, why not? So I did that. Higher.
Is because you were at one company, right? In the first company you left
Yeah,
there because you said
it
they
was
did
coming slowly
layoffs.
but surely. So they were trickling down. So I was like,
Yeah.
well, I need to hurry up and jump ship. Like,
Oh, so you
because
left
we
before a
knew it was coming.
layoff.
It was either going to be it was that week or the week after, but we knew it was coming because they let us know. I was like, all right, whatever. So
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. When I saw that part of your story when I was going through our DMs today, and I saw that part, because I forgot that you had been in two companies. Somebody
no,
said $85,000 a month.
one
Look,
one thing.
y'all. Look, there, there's not going to be an entry level role in tech where you get 85K a month. Let's be very clear.
No, no.
Ain't no pipe dreams.
I
Ain't no
wish, bro.
crazy pipe dreams out here. No, no. He's saying
85K a year, bro.
85K a year. Hey, so for everyone who's watching this right now, you're interested in the career that myself or my guests have been talking about, then I suggest you check out Careerist Bootcamp. Not only is this the bootcamp that I've done, but this is the bootcamp that many friends of mine has done as well. They offer a variety of tech courses, things like sales engineering, manual QA, QA automation, and others. These are virtual, most are 4-week courses that you can do from home, and they get you jobs that are paying on average about $125,000 a year. Now, we've partnered with Careerist where they are offering an exclusive discount to our community and our audience of $300 off of whatever their pricing is. That even includes, even if they have a sale going on, you can get $300 off on top of that sale. So make sure that you're using the link that we have in our description, because that is a way that you're able to take advantage of that discount. And aside from that, let us know which course you chose. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Y'all, that's funny. Also for the person saying saying he's Cap, you're clearly very new here. You are very new here, because I've been going live with people for over a year now that have gotten like, and this ain't like no insult, bro, but I've been going live for a year now with people that have gotten way more than 85K as their starting salary. So you saying it's Cap, you like, honestly, everybody here is gonna look at you like you're crazy, because everybody here knows I'm not Cap. I'm not out here selling no weird pipe dreams. These are, you could literally Google how much you make in this industry. It's literally, this isn't like some weird pipe dream. Low key, I'm not a person, I personally don't care to bring up racial stuff a lot, but low key, the tech industry, if you look at the tech industry, roughly about 85% of the industry are predominantly white people. And it's an industry that white people have been in for the past 20 plus years, especially in the past like 15 or so years when the tech boom happened between all these different tech companies. And that's why a lot of people of color don't realize why white people just have money. And we always assume it's because of their parents or it got passed down. No, many of them are just in the tech industry, and they've been getting this money, making 75 on the low end, up to, and again, these are entry level, up to like 130, 140K. And so, this is a thing. And so again, I'm not gonna harp on the person too much because y'all know what it is. Y'all see me go live every single week, different person telling their story. I just hope the person that said, "Oh, it's cap," I hope that whatever you're dealing with that makes you think this is, because I'm gonna be real with you. Like again, that's an entry level salary in this industry. Nobody that's in the tech industry is gonna say, "Wow, he's making 85,000." Like they're gonna be like, "Okay, cool," you
So
know.
what's good?
And there
What's
we go,
good?
recruiter cousin. Recruiter cousin, she's a recruiter with Microsoft. She can tell you, she probably, most people she hires, like that she interviews and hires, they're probably like, she probably has never hired anybody for 85,000. It's probably been all above 100,000. Shut up, E-Man. E-Man hopping her saying, Cap. Speaking of, and I'm gonna put his business out there. E-Man's first tech company put him at 125,000. Who's right there? So it's like that was his entry level at HubSpot. So again, I just wanted to. I shouldn't harp on it too much because I try not to get distracted by trolls, but I don't think the person was trolling. I just think that there goes Bobby McNeil. He was a guest last week. Yeah, I don't think. And we still got to do that follow up, Bobby. I don't think the person was trolling. I think that they just might be ignorant. And sometimes people follow me, and because I'm flashy and because I'm like always I be doing the most. It's like I could see how people could lock me in with other influencer people that be capped and stuff. But it's like I'm not pushing you being an entrepreneur. Yeah, be an entrepreneur if you want to. I'm not out here selling, like being like, buy my course and you gonna be making $5 million a day. It's like, yo, these are 9-to-5 jobs in the tech industry. Like that's all it is. They just pay a lot. It's the most simple, most like non-glamorous thing. I just glamorize it. But it's the most basic thing ever. It's so basic, like white people are like, yeah, it's the tech industry. Like to them it's like, duh. But to us, it's new, and to us, it seems like some scheme. It's like these are just jobs. They're just high-paying jobs.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yep. On to the second job. Base pay was 5,000.
You ain't got to. So low-key, I don't want you to keep saying numbers. Yeah, no, you're good. You're totally cool. So he got paid more at the next company.
And I'm young, y'all. So it's shout out the guy.
Because the reason why I don't, and when I used to go live, probably my first 7-8 months, I used to always want my guests to say how much it was. But now it's like, y'all, I say it all the time. Expect something. I tell people don't accept anything under, at the bare minimum, don't accept anything under 65K. And that's if like you just really need something. And I say like, don't expect anything over like 120K. And that's pushing it. Again, my homeboy E-Man who's on here, he started at 125. I brought people on that have started over 120, but I'm just giving y'all a window of expectation. Either way, it's a 6-figure industry because either way, whether you start at 70,000 or you start at 110,000, within a year to a year and a half time, if you're doing stuff properly, you'll be making 6 figures.
I'm on the way to 6 figures. Like later on this year, I will be there. Like I'm very much close. Like I didn't think this was even possible especially for someone at my age. I never thought this was possible, if I'm being quite honest. I'm 22.
So wait, how old are you?
No, it's great.
That's bro. I never even heard about somebody making 6 figures, like making $100,000 until I was 21. A girl told me at a company I was working at. She was like, "Oh yeah," she's like, "I only date guys that make $100,000." That was the first time I ever heard that. I was like, 100, like that money sounded unfathomable to me. But
I never thought that I was gonna get here. If I'm being quiet, I never really thought, but that's what I'm with how it's going. Yes, for sure. At least by summer or even the or September, even fall, I will be at 6 figures for sure. With the path that I'm going on. To everyone that's asking about like, course careers, I mean, course careers really put me on the map. If I'm being honest, course careers really put me on the map. But it literally takes you just gotta want it, y'all. You have to want it. You gotta want it. For me,
Yeah.
this was my back is against the wall. I have to.
Yeah. Yes,
I
bro.
had
Bro,
to,
our
bro.
stories are
I
so
mean,
similar. I love
think about it. Like, I have a wife. I have a dog. I live in a very,
Andy Springs.
like, come on now. Like, and I'm thankful, for that God just provided in ways that I could not have even imagined, even when before tech sales even popped off for me. But the way he showed himself to me over
Yeah.
these past few months is unfathomable. I cannot deny him. I cannot credit myself. I could never credit. Like, it's because of him I got here. So it's just,
I love
y'all for real
it,
gotta
bro.
want, like, course careers. Like, for real, like, learn what you're doing. A lot of people get into this SDR world, this BDR world, and they don't know what is expected out of them. I suggest that everybody knows what they're gonna do, because yeah, sure, y'all, the money's great. It's cool, it's good, like, for real, like, it's good. But you have to be strong here. If you're going to succeed in this role, you have to be. Because I'm be honest, this was how it was today. I call a lot of people every day, y'all. I call a lot of people, and some people just hang up. Like, some people are through. Like, you have to be tough. You have to be tough. Some days are going to be great. Some days are going to be terrible. But you have to keep going. That's what I think needs to be more realistic. We need to tell people what exactly they're getting into instead of just looking at the money aspect, because they reward SDRs pretty well. Especially, y'all, there are some companies out there, like, entry level, like, you don't have to do cold calling at all. They are offering 70,000, y'all, 60 to 70,000, and with OTE, you're looking at a good what 6 figures plus.
Yeah, yeah. I've had a couple of people on the live that did course careers. I mean, there's a dude that came on my live, I think it's probably 3 months ago. He did course careers, and he got a SDR role, and his base is, I think his base is either 100,000 or 90,000. His
It's real,
OTE was 125. I was like,
exactly.
bro, you're 19, 19 making
You don't know what
125,000. I was like, yo, that's
Yeah, whoever
crazy.
asks, I am cold calling.
Crazy.
I'm not necessarily I'm cold calling, like, every day. Um, there's a time where I do have to go through, like, cadences and everything, but you said, why did I choose SDR right there? I chose SDR because it was, I mean, the course was, it was cheaper. I'm not even gonna
Yeah, it's more affordable. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I say people always ask me which boot camp is the best, and I'm like, well, first off, all of them, all the boot camps I recommend are all good. I wouldn't say they're equally good. It really depends on the person. And so, but people are always like, well, Cyrus, why did you choose sales engineering over tech sales? And I'm like, well, I mean, well, careers, which again, y'all, for those that aren't paying attention, that's separate from course careers. Careers has a tech sales program, but because both were the same price, I just chose sales engineering because
yeah.
it seemed more fun to me personally. It seems to fit me better, who I am. But I'm gonna tell y'all, at the time when I was a Lyft driver, if I had to choose between both boot camps and with course careers being at that price point, I would have went with course careers. And it's not because careers didn't work out for me. I mean, y'all see it worked out very well. It did great for me. But it's because at that point in my life, had I not known anything, I definitely would have went course careers, because I would have been like $500, because I didn't know anybody that was offering a discount, like I
Yeah.
am. So I was like, I would have did that
Yeah,
at the
what
time.
are
And so,
LinkedIn is your best friend, y'all. I'm being honest. LinkedIn has to be your best friend.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, bro. We can go ahead and transition into the questions. But yeah, for those of y'all that missed it, so he did the course careers boot camp. He grinded. It was a serious grind for him to get into the industry, as it is for the vast majority of people. The boot camp did not hand him a job. They just gave him the information, the knowledge, and the foundation to be more qualified to go out there and get a job in this industry. He grinded, got a job. His first company started doing layoffs. He didn't get laid off, but he just decided to take on another offer from another company. So he took another offer from another company, left that first company, and that second company paid him more than he was getting at the first company. And yeah, and now he's grinding, killing it in the industry, all that good stuff. So I just want to kind of give like a quick snapshot for those of y'all that didn't really know his story. Good husband who's killing it for his wife. Bro, I bet your wife was hyped as mess when you got in the industry.
Man, like that, I mean, because it was tough on her too. I wasn't here. I was not home throughout the night, and you know, she was afraid because at the time we couldn't afford blinds. So at the time, people were like looking. Thank God.
Right.
Yeah, thank God for the neighborhood that we in, y'all. Thank God for the neighborhood that we in. But like it was, I was at Walmart for a total of 6 months. So during that time, she was sleeping by herself. Like we would be on the phone, but it's not like having a person right next to you. Like thankfully, like nothing happened. But man, when I told her that I got the job, bro, we literally went out for cookies that same day. I literally called Walmart and I was like, bro, I'm out.
I'm out there, mom. I'm out this seat.
So, but it's giving me so much time. It's giving me a lot of time to just spend. Like I missed out on a lot, y'all. If I'm being honest, I missed out so much. I missed out on birthdays. I missed out on important anniversaries, y'all. I'm gonna be real. Like, you know, that's what I'm like. You have to want. I wanted to do better because if I'm being honest, and all the ladies in here, I know where y'all come from now. My wife is used to being a certain standard, how she upkeeps herself, how she likes her hair. Like my wife compromised so much, even to the point where she started doing her nails herself. So I was like, bro, I was like, all right, like, and it was right there. I was like, bro, she compromised for me. I was like, bro, the least I could do, that, like to every guy in here, like if you got someone that is doing a lot of sacrifice, the least you could do is sacrifice for them. The least you could do, y'all. Like, come on, y'all. But yeah, I'll answer some of these questions. And also, y'all, I'm gonna be a course careers coach as well. So I'm open. I'm trying to get that situated with them so I can go ahead and take some of y'all questions and help y'all get to the SDR role.
Love it. I love it, bro. Appreciate that compliment, E-Man. Appreciate the love, bro. You know, all of us are ugly before we start making money. So not all of us. So I don't really look good. It's
bro,
just,
I promise,
the
bro.
Lord don't bless me. So
I swear, like once, like I started getting more money, my haircuts was consistent, bro. I promise you, y'all. Like it's real. Like I promise you, we get better clothes. We working on getting her some more clothes for the summer. Like I promise y'all, like this is real. So, what the working? I'm not answering
go ahead
right.
and jump into these
What they say?
questions.
I don't know what they say.
You can answer them as you see them.
Ooh. Steak dinners, oh bro, like, hey man, we about to go to Del Frisco, man. We about to have a good time.
When are y'all going?
Yeah, SDR sales development representative. I've seen a lot of. I don't want to say a lot. I've seen people that say that they're debating jumping in. To be honest, I was like that too. But look, man, like, come on now, like I said, you gotta want it for yourself. I had either it was going to be working overnight for a year or find something else. So I want you to think about your circumstances. Like for real, like think about where you guys are at, y'all. Like for real, think about it. Like I need y'all to for real think about it. I assessed the room and I was like, bro, I don't want to do this no more. I want to be home. I want to sleep. I was falling asleep in church, y'all. That's how bad it was. Falling asleep in church. Okay. I had people like I was missing out on the word of God. I was never doing that again, y'all. Like, come on. Yes, invest in yourself, bro. Invest in yourself. No one's coming to save you. Like, I mean that in the best way possible. Because I don't mean that in no disrespect. Like, real, like, it's like, especially.
That's actually a beautiful statement to say no one's coming to save you. It's a statement that's like, it reminds us, yo, we're grown. And so it's like, yo, we're grown. No one's coming to save us. You know, it's especially the fellas that's in here. It's like, yo, no one's coming to save you. That applies to the women as well. But it definitely should apply to men. We should not be thinking or expecting anybody to save us. it's an honor for us to take on like certain weight on our shoulders, for us to grow up and for us to man up and for us to like take on the honor and the responsibility to be leaders and providers and all of that. But no, that used to be one of my quotes all the time when I was Lyft driving. Like there would be times I want to sleep in and I would literally say out loud, "Nobody's coming to save you, Cyrus. Nobody's coming to save you." And so that's a really good thing. All right, so we're gonna pay attention to the questions, y'all.
I'm seeing a lot of. I saw SDR. I'm like, oh, that's something. Yeah, I got.
Okay, one question in the question box. It says, "What job sites do you feel is the best to find salary ranges?" So if you're trying to find salary ranges, then why in the world am I drawing up? Glassdoor. Glassdoor is the best platform to find salary ranges for a company. Yeah, it's the best place to find salary ranges. I will say though, do not get caught up. Like look up the salary ranges for a certain job, but don't look up salary ranges every company you apply to, because if you get, first off, that'll slow down your applying process. If every time you apply to a company, you go to Glassdoor and look up how much even that transition alone is killing your time and energy for you applying to companies. Yeah, ZipRecruiter is a good one. Glassdoor and ZipRecruiter are probably the best. Okay, Shanae said comparably. So I think, I will put her opinion over mine when it comes to that. Shanae's actually is out, for those of y'all that are just hopping on.
Oh, shout.
Is
she a recruiter cousin? I've been trying to get on her radar for a long time, man.
Oh yeah, she a recruiter. Yeah, Shanae that chick. She that chick. I always feel honored when she blesses my presence with her live.
I'm able to call you that. I don't want to say that.
Nah, that's it though. But no, so yeah, but don't get caught up in like trying to jump and look for salary ranges. Again, it's cool to do it here and there, but I believe it's more important to like really focus on the company, like just apply to the companies, focus on the company, thing like that. Because again, the name of the game, for those of y'all, okay, if you're making good money already, then yeah, you can be way more nitpicky about certain salaries and about how much does this company pay, things like that. But understand it most likely will probably take you longer because you're being more nitpicky. But if you're just really trying to get in this industry and make just a good salary, again, on the low end, 65, 85, something like that, 90, then yeah, bump all that trying to look and verify how much every company is paying. Ask them in the interview, in your first round interview. Because you'll spend your time looking up how much each company is paying, and 95% of those companies don't even interview you. So why are you looking up how much they're paying and they haven't even scheduled you for an interview?
Don't be
that's crazy. You're wasting time.
Either, y'all. I used to be the same way. I'm like, bro, I don't want to ask about it because I didn't seem like I was just in it for the money. But like, if you took the work, if you did the work to get here, you ask how much. Ask.
It makes you look more competent and more assertive when you ask the tough questions during the interview. When you ask them questions and you ask them with confidence, and you're like, hey, what's the salary range for this role? Not even salary range, like, hey, like, what's the expected, like, what are the expected compensation for this role? How much are you paying? Ask them, and then when they tell you, be like, okay, cool. Does that come with a sign-on bonus? Ask those questions, because when you ask it with confidence, especially for a role like his, to them it translates to, oh snap, this person is comfortable asking tough questions. We like that, so definitely do that.
Luckily for me, when I was in the interview process, they were upfront and just like bold, like, yeah, this is what it is. So, but in the other role, I asked, but for this role, they were just upfront. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm all for it.
I love that. All right, see a couple more questions. Someone said, with your first or second company, did you quit or did you hit quota every month? If not, what do you think the reason for not hitting quota it was?
I was number. There was this other dude with me. He was bad, bro. Like, he was literally that guy. I can't even. He was on it. I was number 2. He was number 1. He literally had me buy one book demo for that.
Ooh.
I was like, dang. All right, but Yeah, I hit quota. It's at least for me, it was intriguing. It was like more of a challenge for me because I'm just like, oh snap, like he's not better than me. I gotta prove that he's better than me. I gotta prove I'm better than him. Like it was just a good, healthy competition. It was just like it kept each other. We kept each other on our toes practically. So every time he would get a demo, I was like, oh okay, cool. So I'm like, oh dang, since he got one, now I gotta get two. I would end up getting two, but then he would get, two more after me. I'm just like, dang, I can't shake this man off. So he was tough, man. Tough.
Like, get
I
off me, get
couldn't
off me,
shake
bro.
him. But um, quota is quota is attainable if you put your head down. If you got a game plan, if you stay mentally tough, you can hit quota no problem. I highly doubt it.
Also, let me add this, and I say this not to sow any seeds of doubt for anybody, but also it does somewhat depend on your company. There are some companies where their expectations are almost like, you know, where it's like they really try to push the
Yeah.
needle for what hitting quota is. So I also do want to be clear about that. There are some tech companies out there that are like that. But again, the base pay alone, it's not like other sales jobs in tech where it's like you're making $5 an hour and all your money really comes from you selling stuff. It's like, no, you're making more than the average income in America, and
Mm-hmm.
then you have commission on top of that. So
Yeah.
so you just wanted to kind of address that.
Cool.
I got a few more questions in here. All right, so does Course Careers give you a certification after you
They give a
complete?
certification. I found out I passed around like 12 a.m. like 12 a.m. California time, so that's like 3 a.m. Eastern. But I found out, I woke my wife up. I was like, babe, I passed the cert. Like I got it. She was mad, but either way, got the cert. And then yeah, they send you they send you a certificate, and then that's when the job.
All right, y'all. I have to jump. I'm sorry. I have actually a meeting that's scheduled, and I'm about to get in trouble as I'm about to miss this meeting.
Good,
So
y'all.
my bad to end this live very abruptly. Bro, I appreciate you so much for coming
Thank
on,
y'all.
dude. Man, your story is very unique. And man, y'all definitely tap in with him. Ask him more questions. Give him grace if he's not able to answer everything right away, because he does have a wife. He has a life, and he has
Exactly.
a job in tech that he's
I'm gonna be a
dedicated
coach
to.
for y'all. So if y'all got any more questions, just hit me up, y'all.